Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered, how did ancient people, with no telescopes, no satellites, and no modern math, measure the stars with such mind-blowing accuracy? How did Egyptians align pyramids to true north with a precision we struggle to match today? How did the Maya predict solar eclipses centuries before they happened? And how did the Babylonians track planets so accurately that NASA still uses their data as reference? Today, we're traveling thousands of years back in time, into the deserts, temples, and mountains of the ancient world, to uncover the true story of how our ancestors measured the heavens. Welcome to the sky before time, before electricity, before cities, before screens. The night sky was the brightest show on Earth. To ancient people, the sky wasn't just decoration. It was a calendar, a clock, a map, and even a guide for survival. When to plant crops, when rivers would flood, when winter would strike, when kings should rule, all of this could be read in the stars. And the first people to truly master this celestial language were the ancient Mesopotamians. Over 4,000 years ago, the people of Babylon didn't just watch the sky, they recorded it night after night. Scribes sat on rooftops pressing tiny wedge-shaped symbols into wet clay tablets. They tracked the position of Venus, Jupiter, Mars, not for a science project, but because they believed the gods used the heavens to send messages to humankind. But their fortune-telling created something unexpected: the world's first astronomical database. Those clay tablets, some still intact today, contain precise measurements of planetary motion. The Babylonians discovered the moon has an 18-year cycle, planets move in predictable loops, eclipses follow mathematical patterns. They even calculated the path of planet Jupiter using geometry in 800 BCE. This wasn't luck. This was the birth of astronomy. While the Babylonians mapped the movements, the ancient Egyptians built their entire civilization around the stars. And the star that mattered most was Sirius. Every year, Sirius rose in the same spot on the horizon, and when it did, the Nile River would flood, bringing rich soil that allowed Egypt to thrive. So Egyptians used Sirius to create one of the world's first calendars. But their real masterpiece was the sky-aligned architecture. Look at the Great Pyramid of Giza. It's aligned almost perfectly with true north, off by only a fraction of a degree. Modern engineers tested this alignment. Even with lasers and GPS, it's hard to replicate. So how did they do it? Egyptians noticed that certain stars in the night sky rotated around a fixed point, the pole. By watching two stars cross the meridian, they could mark perfect north, no compasses, no metal tools, just the sky and thousands of years of observation. Even the pyramid shafts point directly to the stars they worshipped: Orion, Sirius, the North Star of the ancient world, Thuban. These monuments weren't just tombs, they were cosmic instruments. Across the sea, another ancient civilization carved the heavens into stone: Stonehenge. Everyone knows it's old, but what many don't know is that it might be one of Earth's oldest astronomical observatories. When the sun rises on the summer solstice, its light shines perfectly through the heel stone, landing in the center of the circle. This isn't coincidence, this is engineering. The builders tracked the sun for years, marking the horizon, moving stones, adjusting the angles, until it aligned with celestial perfection. Some archaeologists believe Stonehenge was used to predict seasons, track eclipses, mark lunar cycles. Even time ceremonial events, think about it. No writing, no metal tools, just stone and sky. While temples and pyramids captured the stars in stone, the ancient Greeks tried something different. They tried to measure the universe with math. In 240 BCE, a man named Eratosthenes used sunlight and a stick, yes, a stick, to calculate the size of the Earth, and he was only off by a few miles. A century later, Hipparchus created the first star catalog, mapping more than 800 stars with astonishing precision. He even discovered the precession of the Earth, the slow wobble of our planet that changes the position of stars over thousands of years. And then came the masterpiece, the Antikythera mechanism, a shoebox-sized bronze computer with dozens of gears that could predict eclipses, planetary positions,